Okay. I'm hoping I'm live. I factory resetted my laptop at like 2 in the morning because I was trying to export something from CapCut and it kept saying I have no room on my laptop. I'm like, I do. But CapCut kept saying, no, I don't. Hang on. Hang on. Sorry, fixing my mic. Make sure everything's set up correctly. Okay, gonna be talking about the Menendez brothers. I don't want to waste too much of y'all's time, so I'm just gonna get right on into it. So the Menendez brothers, let me pull up the TMZ article I read that was put out. I watched the video of it, and I also read the article that they put out on TMZ. This was posted 34 minutes ago. Y'all probably not gonna be able to see that well, if I can. Menendez brothers let us out, Gavin, asking governor for clemency. I'm gonna read this article and then I'll play the video. Eric and Lyle Menendez are getting to be released from prison before Thanksgiving, and their legal team has a new strategy for freeing the brothers, seeking clemency from California's governor. Mark Garrigos, the attorney repping the Menendez brothers, joined us Tuesday on TMZ Live and told us he's filing documents today asking Gavin Newsom for clemency. That's pretty significant on its own, and sources connected to the governor's office tell us they have the clemency petition on their radar, which is pretty interesting considering Newsom talked about the Menendez brothers in a recent podcast. Governor Newsom weighed in on Eric and Lyle's situation on Politicking, I think that's how you say it, the podcast name, with Gavin Newsom, Marshawn Lynch, and Doug Hendrickson, saying he was told to keep an eye out for them because of the Netflix documentary and praising Ryan Murphy for producing a compelling show. Newsom says he's actually going over parole board recommendations, pardons, and com- commutations not related to the Menendez brothers, saying this time of year before the holidays is when a lot of that work gets done. Garrigos also confirmed what we first reported that Eric and Lyle's legal team is also planning to ask the judge in the resentencing hearing to change the conviction from murder to involuntary manslaughter, which would immediately set them free based on time already served. There's also a new judge in the case, and the upcoming resentencing hearing is on track for next month. But it sounds like Garrigos may be able to spring Eric and Lyle sooner. May be able to spring Eric and Lyle sooner rather than later. The full interview airs today on TMZ Live. Okay, we're gonna play the video that we got. Hang on, there's a fucking ad. A 30-second ad. Come on, ad. If I paused it. I'm not gonna be able to show y'all the video, but I'll play the audio.
We have talked to people connected with the governor's office and are told that they are expecting within days a petition, presumably for clemency. Is this something that you're actively looking at right now?
I don't know when this airs, but you can be sure that days is not accurate. Number one. Number two, there is a podcast that the governor dropped over the weekend. I'd invite anybody to take a listen to it.
So you are asking for clemency today. You're filing something today.
We have dual tracks. I am doing everything possible. I've said publicly, I want them home, not just for Thanksgiving, but for Joan's 93rd and to celebrate with Aunt Terry as well.
We checked with the court. They said they're probably not going to do the hearing this month. It would be next month because there's a jury trial going on. So the other path is the governor. So have you been in touch with the governor or?
Hang on, guys. Because hang on. I'm gonna do it this way because I'm sick of holding my phone like this.
Is this just documents you're filing today?
I'm not going to comment on that. I'll just say that by the time this airs, we'll be on that path.
The DA is asking for resentencing, which would require the parole board to ultimately hear the case. That could take a long time, and you don't know what they're going to do. There is another path. I looked at this law. You could go into court and say, look, even though you're asking for resentencing, the DA is asking for resentencing, what we think the judge should do is change the conviction from murder to manslaughter in the interest of justice, because that's what the law would allow under certain cases. And that if the judge would do that, they'd instantly be free men because the maximum sentence is 11 years. They've served 35. We contacted the DA's office and they said, even though they're asking for resentencing, they would be open to this argument of changing the conviction. Are you going to make that argument in court?
For anybody who has been paying attention, I've been saying all along that the biggest hurdle here.
And who they're talking to, who the TMZ people are talking to, is Mark Garagos, the Menendez brothers' attorney.
Is to get a DA initiating the resentencing, which the DA has now done. We are now free to argue to the judge, look, Your Honor, based on this record, based on the law, just follow the law. You can and you should recall this sentence. You should reduce the murder conviction to a voluntary manslaughter. The voluntary manslaughter has a 369 plus 2 or if it was 11, and then 1/3 of the midterm. I won't get into the calculations. They've done more than the maximum that was available at the time under the California law. That, and as you said, Harvey, that would not necessitate going to a parole board. Now, you know, one of the problems with going to a parole board, and I've successfully won parole board hearings, but it's not from the client's problem. It's why put the family, who in many cases, as I mentioned, is either in ill health or at a ripe old age, through the trauma of revisiting all of this family drama, and not once, but twice, both for Lyle and for Eric in parole hearings. They've more than served ample amount of time. I've said it a million times. It's almost become cliche. If they were the Menendez sisters, they wouldn't be here. They had more jurors vote for manslaughter than murder when the abuse was presented in trial the first time, and it's time now for them to be released.
Okay, we're going to exit out of that. Okay, I'm hoping the audio was good on that. But so they're asking for clemency. When I saw that they were asking for clemency, I was like, oh shit. They're really trying to get them out before Thanksgiving. Like, they're trying everything in their power, everything they can do, because they don't want it to be parole. Because if it's parole, for fucking sure, they're not going to be out for another 6 months. That could take a while. Half a year. And Thanksgiving is not a half a year away, it's a month. Not even a month away. Like 27 days until Thanksgiving. and I've said this before multiple times, if they get out in November, my birthday's November 1st, it would be a late birthday present, a couple of weeks late birthday present, but it would be the greatest birthday present of all time is if they get out. Like, I knew, okay. So let me talk about my, okay. So I knew who the Menendez brothers were before Monsters, the TV show, was even announced, all that shit. I knew who they were. I knew they killed their parents, but I never really got into deep with who they really were because why would I when I knew that they weren't getting out at all? Because all I knew was what they did and why they did it and what their prison sentence was. It was life without the possibility of parole. So I was just like, okay, move on to the next thing. I hate to say it, but it took a show like Monsters and a documentary that's on Max, HBO Max. Let me figure out what the name of that is. Okay, it's called Menendez Monsters or Misjudged. I watched that before I watched Monsters. It's a documentary movie. Uh, that's on HBO Max. I watched that, and that documentary really got me really interested, and it got me back into the Menendez brothers. I guess to say, I guess you could say. And so then I want to say a day or two later, Monsters the show came out. I watched that. I'm like, okay. I know this show has a lot of inaccuracies, so I'm gonna wait to give my full opinion because a couple of days later it was announced that they're putting out their own documentary, the Menendez brothers. There's a lot of parts of that documentary that I don't like that they put out. One, the prosecutor girl being like, free the TikTok is like free the Menendez, and it's just like, hey, you TikTok people, you try to come for me, I have guns, and can y'all see this? Fuck her, man. She thinks she's all that in a bag of chips Monday through Thursday. She's not, bruh. Like, why is she so mean and hateful, bruh? Like, she has hate for the world, and you can just tell. And then she's the one who, in their first trial, she's like, men do not have the parts to be essayed. She's that kind of person. And then there was another person in the documentary that I don't like. I don't really know his name, but I think I know her name, Pam Bonsniak, or something like that. I want to believe. Don't quote me on that. I don't. I believe that's her name. Don't quote me on that though. But yeah, that's what's got me back in really into this case. And then I read Kim Kardashian's essay, its last article. I'm worshiping at Kim Kardashian's feet. I love what Kim Kardashian is doing. I love what I love that Nicholas Savitz and Cooper Cox, they played Lyle and Eric Menendez on the show Monsters. They're want them out too. And Rosie O'Donnell, I love Rosie O'Donnell. She says that she's like their big sister. And I love that they have that relationship, bruh. Because they don't have a sister. It's just them two. So yeah, they deserve to have like some sort of sister relationship with somebody. And they deserve to be out before Thanksgiving. They deserve to be out right now. They should have gotten out the year I was born. I was born in 2005. They should have gotten out when they went in front of the appeals circuit and they were told no. They should have been told yes. But it's a waiting game. Like I just Google their name. Like every day I wake up and I Google Menendez brothers, or I check Instagram where Eric Menendez he has a stepdaughter. She has an Instagram called Set Eric. Hang on, Set Eric Menendez free, and that's the Instagram. And then Lyle Menendez has a Facebook page where people post for him on there. And they posted this photo the other day. Let's see if I can show y'all. That's Eric with a bunny. Or Eric, that's Lyle. Sorry, that's Lyle with a bunny. Like, look how cute he is in that photo, bruh. And just imagine what was being done to him behind the scenes or behind closed doors to that little kid. And like this is something that was posted on his Facebook the other day. So I'm going to read this. It seems a lot of people don't know some of the traumatizing things that happened to Lyle, aside from the obvious. So, in addition to the dog, was I posted about earlier, here's another incident that you should know about. He was a precious little boy, and he brought home a bunny that he loved so much. At the end of his school year, he named her Flower. His parents were furious that he did that, and one or both of them beat Flower to death. And then Lyle's mother directed him to go find Flower's body in the garbage. Little Lyle found her in the garbage can, beaten to death, covered in flies. Lyle then held a funeral for Flowers with his stuffed animals. The only kind of people who do that to a fucking animal, a fucking bunny and a dog, are people who should be, I hope, are burning in hell. Like, I'm sorry, but yeah. And then I'll read this, but this is what this says. If you can, this is posted on Lyle Menendez's Facebook page. If you can cut off the family's dog's head and put it in the freezer for your little boys to find, you are evil and capable of much worse. And that is a true fucking statement, bro. True fucking statement. Uh, let's see what else is so with Menendez brothers. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else. Trying to think. I'm hoping that asking for clemency does work because yeah, I don't want to be waiting half a year for them to be out. I don't. I do want them home for Thanksgiving because that's actually a perfect time to be getting out of prison to me. Like they should be allowed to be out before Thanksgiving and be able to celebrate their Aunt Joan's like 93rd, I believe, birthday. Her birthday is a couple of days before Thanksgiving. They should be able to get out. But I wanted to go live, talk a bit about the Menendez brothers because I feel like I haven't in a couple of days, and I want to continue to give my thoughts and give y'all updates. If y'all aren't really keeping up with the case, you can get updates from me. But yeah, I'm gonna go. That's all the updates I have or I've seen so far. So yeah, I'll go live or make an actual video again here in a couple of days, a week or two, if there's more updates, which hopefully there will be. So yeah, I'm gonna go. Peace, guys. Bye.